Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. This is really bright. Probably because of my top. Okay. Y'all, Chick-fil-A breakfast. This is the only thing worth ordering. Oh, yes. I used to get this in college, like, every single day. Chicken, egg, and cheese bagel. Can you see this? Focus. I'm really sorry. I feel like that's so mean. I don't care, though. It's so good. I'm not gonna, like, gross you out and eat on, but am I? I don't know. I just had to show how delicious. So, here we are, guys. Old school car vlog. If you're offended, I always say this. I'm not like a person that eats on camera for a thing. It's just pretend like we're at lunch, okay? You're sitting across from a friend. This is what I don't understand. When people get so offended by eating, which, like I said, I don't make this a thing. So if you see me do this once every 2 years, who cares, right? I'm not like showing you my food in my mouth. I don't know, I just always think, like, do you not go to lunch with people? And if you do, or even just sitting with your family at dinner, do you make them eat in silence? I'm sorry, but there are ways to talk while you're chewing and not look like a total animal, okay? Alright, y'all. Listen. I'm gonna do a little video in the car today. I don't have any face makeup, so I don't know how, like, splotchy or weird I look. Not that you look weird without makeup, but, you know, don't know how I look. I got a little carried away with my eye makeup. I wasn't gonna put on any, and then I thought, well, let me just do this. I am at the office right now where I get my Botox and my lips done, and I'm meeting my friend. I'm a little early, so I had to run some errands this morning. I stopped and got breakfast, and I thought, perfect, I'll film a little video. So kind of fun. Oh, you guys, yeah, so I have a lot that I want to talk about, but then I also don't really have a plan here. So yeah, one of my recent Instagram posts, some of you guys said that you missed, you know, like car vlogs, and I used to do that, and obviously I don't really like to film while I drive because it's just unnecessary. Can't even gather my thoughts while I'm driving. Lord knows what'll come out of my mouth. But I like to sometimes when I'm in this, like, sanctuary of my car, which we'll talk about my car too, because, you know, that for like, gosh, like 5 months, 4 months now, maybe a little longer than that. But before I bought it, I had talked about it a lot and like what I wanted and why, and when I'm just like on Instagram and stuff, there's a picture of like the inside and you guys knew it was a different car. I did get a lot of questions, and cars are a big investment, kind of a dumb investment, but it is something if you spend money on that you want to be wise about. And I really am so happy that I waited and I got this, because I think I got a lot of good stuff to share. Gosh, like, I don't even want to, I was like, what is consuming my life right now? I mean, obviously not consuming my life, but I mean, I was like, I don't like to talk about stuff that I don't want to make you feel stupid. Everyone on earth knows about the coronavirus. Okay, we all know about that. But it's like kind of scary around. I mean, it's scary everywhere, but it's like they're like shutting down some schools like around where we live, and churches, and because like there's some people around here that I think the first cases in Atlanta were really close to us, and even still some. Let me just, I hate to do this. I need to rant just a little bit. Not rant, but just like get this thought out there, because someone needs to fix this. Someone needs to do something about this. I love Chick-fil-A. I have been eating Chick-fil-A since I was like in a stroller myself, okay? I used to work for them. The headquarters are actually in Atlanta. Listen, maybe, and I'm saying that just because maybe someone can do something about it. Maybe I can contact somebody. It's not even just a Chick-fil-A thing. It's like an everywhere thing. Okay, here's the thing. Gosh, how do I get my mind around this? Or how do I explain this? Right now, obviously, coronavirus. I don't want to offend anybody. Everybody's acting like washing their hands is a new thing. I get it. I don't know. We could all do better, okay? I don't understand. Okay, whatever. Don't understand a lot of things, but okay, whatever. listen. So yeah, everyone's like really talking up, you know, like wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, you know, whatever. Wash your hands where you can, but always keep some hand sanitizer in your car. This one's really good. It's the Dr. Bronner's organic hand sanitizer. The lavender, oh my gosh, it smells so good. And I say a spray is better because I might as well just have some Lysol on my car, because when I got my food, I literally had to spray it on my cup, I had to spray it on my bag, and this is not just because of this coronavirus, which I feel like people, I didn't even want to say that in this video, but I'm just saying restaurants should be extra careful. And what I saw, and like and it's not even, it's a flaw in how, it's just disgusting, okay? People should be extra careful. They should not be doing this at all right now. But just all the time, it's effing disgusting. The whole like thing where you have the Chick-fil-A app, you have this and that. I gave her my card, you know, like at the thing, and I'm like, oh, you know, whatever, it's unavoidable. Like, you know, when, not at the window, but like when you pay a person that's literally standing out in the parking lot, like waiting on you to come, which whatever, great, they have a system. Okay. The person standing at the window sometimes to then hand you the food that's outside the building is a whole other story and so unnecessary. And I'm not even gonna get into that. But thank God they didn't have that this morning, because I would have really been just, it would have really gotten me. But so I had my, you know, I had my card and gave the card, and then she gave it back. I sprayed my card. Okay, whatever. I would normally not do that, but still, okay, I'm a little cautious right now. But it's kind of gross. I mean, you should probably do that anyways. Like, where have people's credit cards been? But listen, okay, we all know that cell phones are like the most disgusting thing, okay? Like the most germs. What's happening? My car thought I was trying to tell it something. The most germs, like, and then you have the Chick-fil-A app. So all these people are going through the thing, and I thought to myself, we have it, but I just don't use it a lot. I don't know. But I've seen people that like, or some places, like even like at Target, like where you hand the phone and they just scan it. They don't physically touch your phone. I watched every single person in front of me at Chick-fil-A hand the phone through the window. So lady in front of me had nails like this long. Okay, well, mine are not much better. Hands her phone, you know, to the and the person from Chick-fil-A grabs the phone, fully takes it inside the store, gives it back, immediately hands her stuff, and then in between gets the next person's phone, gets the next person's phone. Shouldn't even be touching my phone right now, gross. And then when I like sprayed mine down anyways, but immediately I watch her get the woman's in front of me, mine, and I thought maybe they have a hand sanitizer, because right now especially they should be like doing that. The poor girl's hands would probably fall off if they did something like that. But I mean, how else would, it's just, I feel like it's just kind of, it's hard to avoid those things, but it's gross. And then immediately she grabs my cup, gives it to me, and I'm like, that's how this shit spreads. And then people eat. Gosh, I'm sorry, that got really hot. But like people, please don't touch your face, don't put your hands in your mouth. Okay, well let me just give you this, and then what do you do? Then eat. So I literally, when I got my stuff, I sprayed down everything with this sanitizer, which I probably, like I said, I need to get like a little thing of Lysol. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like thoroughly grossed out. If restaurants can get in trouble for not washing their hands and have like things in place when you're inspected by a health inspector, how is that any different? I think that's so disgusting. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Something that kind of, I always kind of notice, but especially now, it's just like gross. 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 Okay. So let's talk about the car. I had zero intention to even get into that. Okay. I finished it really quick. Honestly, more for myself than you. Sorry, but I feel like when I edit this, I'm gonna be like, Tiffany, stop eating. Like, I'm gonna be griping about it. Okay, let me talk. I should have mentioned this beginning because I just be like, Olivia's seat, the headrest, because she's so tall, is always like, it's legit. Like, you pull that little, it just is so easy. When she's not in the car, that headrest is so aggressive, like this, the actual part, like right there, you press that little gray button, you pull it way up. I just can't reach it from here. I could probably just move the whole thing. I don't want to you like pull it up, you know, so that it's like above. When she's not in the car, it's just so aggressive. And yeah, I don't know. I thought I'll put that down for the video, and then now it's like, who even cares? And didn't even mention it anyway. It's probably gonna like. She's so tall though that now technically she can use the booster. But I don't know. I don't know if I feel like she's a little safer with it. Like, I'm just gonna, okay, because that seat turns into a booster. That's a really good car seat, the Graco Forever. I went through so many, not so many car seats, but we had like those really expensive ones. Oh my gosh, what was that brand that I had? Gosh, what was that brand? I liked it, but I'll be honest, the Graco Forever car seat is just like what you want. We have 2 of them, like they're the best things ever. Okay, okay, so let's talk about the car real quick. So I went from a GLS 550 to the GLE, and the GLS is the like the largest Mercedes that you can get. I'm just gonna think I'm talking to her again. If you say the M word, like the car just starts like, yes, can I help you? Really cool. But anyway, so yeah, the GLS was huge. It was they're almost like vans. I mean, they're legit, they're large, and I really liked that car, but I started feeling like it's a little large, okay, way too large for our family, very unnecessary, but it just was a tank. Like the gas mileage was like not great, and the 550 is the one that has like, you know, the really like the nicest engine, like that's what the number means, like, you know, it's just like the scale of the engine or whatever, or like the performance. I really liked it, but it was just unnecessary. I didn't need that. I didn't necessarily need that power in an SUV. It had all the AMG stuff inside of it. It was not an AMG, but it had like, you know, the wheels, and you can get like the trim kits, and then you have the AMG seats, which are not as nice. The brand new AMG seats. I mean, it's not even because it was like an older GLS. It was AMG seats just are not, they don't have, you can't do the, they're not as plush. They're sporty, and AMG is sporty. It's not like a luxury model, it's a performance model. And while they're beautiful, you just don't need that. So anyways, that car, like I said, was an AMG, but it had like the seats and kind of hard, you know, it felt like you were real sporty in it, you know, it felt real tight. This car feels just like it's floaty and like a cloud, and it just, it's so great. But okay, so back to like the decision. Like the main thing was I wanted something a little smaller. I really wanted another SUV. I'm very, very, once you have an SUV, it's hard not to have one. Do you know what I mean? The GLS was really nice because it had a lot of, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friends are really funny. Is this the most annoying video ever? Probably. If I was watching this, I'd be like, girl, pull yourself together. Okay, so the GLS, I'm not even, I don't know. The GLS had a really big cargo area. It had a 3rd row, which I was real impressed with. Don't need a 3rd row, but I wanted the 3rd row so that I could fold it down and then have more cargo. That was a great cargo, like, and that cargo area was larger than like, it was like Tahoe style, like large. I mean, it was huge. The cargo area was huge. I never had the 3rd row up, maybe like just a couple times. No one ever rode back there, honestly. This car's available with a 3rd row. I got this car has like every single option I could get, but I did not want the 3rd row. I'm like, I'm not paying for that. It's not, and I got really lucky to find this one. I was like this close to ordering one, and I'll tell you guys kind of what happened. Because, you know, I wanted to get what I wanted, and there was only 2 of these in Georgia, and one of them had like different wheels. I'm sure there's more now, but there was a ton of GLEs, tons of them, and you can get them very affordably. But I really wanted one that had the comfort package. I wanted a certain like the trim level, certain interior, certain exterior color. Okay, so didn't want, I mean, I've had black cars. I really just wanted black or white. I've had black cars before. They're just such a pain in the ass. All of our cars are white. I just really wanted a white car. I love a white car. Okay, I love a white car. I love a white Mercedes. And I really like this interior color. It's really nice. You know, you can change all the colors, like all the trim can look pink, and Looks very custom, you know, you can make it do rainbow stuff. It has like scents that come out. You can press this thing where like, it's called like an energy coach, where it can be like seaside. It has like a big screen across the whole thing, so it's like sea colors, and the colors change. You hear this, the ocean. It has seat massagers, and then it like, whatever. Okay, so I wanted all that, but back to the cargo space though. This is what's important. Okay, so the GLE, really decent, good cargo space. Like I could put a stroller back there, and that's the thing with Olivia, I'm not really doing that so much anymore. I'm not hauling around strollers, not hauling around like huge things. If I had to, I could. But this has a decent cargo space. I've seen some cars that are this like similar, you know, size or like comparable size, and the cargo space is much smaller. This has a really good cargo space. The interior room, and this is someone that I had a GLS before this, is so much bigger in the back seat than the GLS, which is crazy. The front seat feels just as roomy. If not, to me it feels roomier because the seats are just better. But the back seat in the GLS was real tight, and it was because it was trying to make that third row. You know, it was trying to make up for that third row. This one has more leg room, and the seats are just more comfortable. So that's really nice. And then also, what else was I gonna say? Also, oh, something else. So I like a sunroof. They have the panoramic roofs. My GLS had the 2-roof thing, and now they have like the big panoramic roof thing. I wouldn't have wanted that. That's the 2 things that this car didn't have, was the panoramic roof, even though I do have a sunroof. I don't want one over lip. I don't need all that. Like I said, never even cared in the last one about that. And it's not like a cheap option either. And then the third row, I did not do the third row. Is that my girl? Oh, I think that's my girl. Okay, not my friend, but the girl that just missed off. Okay, so anyways, this is a solid choice. It's so safe, it's so comfortable, it's so, like, the gas mileage is insane. It's just it's the most fun car to drive. It is so comfortable, it's so nice. And yeah, like I said, when we were trying to find it, it was hard to find one that had that comfort package on it. But then, although now I feel like they're available, you know what I'm saying? You can probably find so much more. And they even had some that have, like, it's called the AMG Night Package, which really looks pretty from the outside, but on the inside, don't be fooled by that, because it has the AMG seats, and again, they're just not comfortable, and you cannot get the comfort package on those, because the comfort package involves the good cushy seats, the cush seats that have massage, and you can't put the massage in those seats unless you, like, I don't know, you just can't. That's what I've been told. And it doesn't make, I mean, you just can't find them. You just don't do that. This is really weird lip gloss. I didn't want to do anything like, before I get my lips done, I don't want to do anything like majorly plumping. My body, like, eats that lip stuff up. Like, is that gross to say? Like, metabolizes it? What am I trying to say? I feel like my lips just don't last very long on me. Just getting what I normally do, so don't flip. But it's been like 6 months, and Botox only lasts, what is this? See, okay, and then the car just came up and said, I guess it knew that I was like sitting still and like getting too still or whatever, and it said starting Vitality Coach. Did it start it? Which is like an energizing one, like where it does like whatever. It's just it's very bizarre. It'll like park itself, it'll do all this cool stuff, which I don't really like all those kind of features, but it's just such a nice car, and I really do love it. And I'm really excited about it. Okay, so, and it's hard when you have a Mercedes to not get another one. Someone told me that when I got my last one. Actually, we've had 3. We had the that's what ruined me, okay? So we got my car first, and then, you know, we had Olivia and everything, and Brad was like, maybe I'll get a, like a 4-door, like a sedan, you know, like when he was gonna do real estate and stuff. And it was just so stupid. Like, he did not need that car. Brad's like a sports car guy. Whatever. He's always like liked like sporty cars and stuff, and I loved that E-Class Mercedes. It was brand new, and it was the first year that they did all the massaging stuff, that they did all that. So this is kind of like, a GLE is like the SUV version of like an E-Class, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's kind of like put the letter. It's a little confusing sometimes, but anyways, that car ruined me because then, you know, I had my GLS and it's like a real nice car, but it did not have all that inside of it. It was kind of like, for what it was, for such a nice car, it was honestly like kind of basic inside, and whatever. So, yeah, so then that's what happened. So then, yeah, like, but a year later, we traded the Mercedes for Brad's Corvette. And then the Z06, which he had Corvettes for years, the Z06 was literally undrivable. I think I've talked about this before, but like, I used to always love driving like his cars or whatever, and like we would switch up. I could not drive that car. For one, like, I have Olivia with me a lot of the time. I just, it's a 2-seater. Like, it was so not practical. He was driving my car all the time, and it just wasn't making any sense. And it was a very like different kind of car to drive. Not just like driving a normal fast car. It was like uncomfortable to drive because you had to really be careful. Not that you're not always careful, but it was just very stupid and impractical, and it was such an expensive car. And it was just dumb to have. So that was nice because when we sold, Brad was like, let's get a Jeep, like that'll be great. Like making out real nice because we got like a real nice Jeep, and then they gave us like so much money because like they had to pay us for the Corvette, so that was so nice. And we had the Jeep for a while, and then it was like, Brad was like, I'm just not a Jeep guy. I'm not like an SUV guy. And then we kind of realized like, how dumb is this? Like, I have an SUV. We had 2 SUV. Well, not that a Jeep is different, you know, it's just different. But it was just dumb. We were like, this is so unnecessary. Yeah, that was like a mistake to probably get that Jeep. I mean, it was nice, but whatever. And then, and now he has his like dream car, which is like the GTR. He got a brand new GTR and like went all the way to Nashville to get it and just like loves it. And now I feel like, okay, between that and then we have this, and then we have a pickup that we drive that he loves to drive that pickup, but he likes his sporty car. You know, like if we had a house that had like a lot of garage space, he would probably like collect cars. Like that's just, he's a car guy and that's just what he's into. And I like that too. I really, really love this. I think that if you're looking for this is a good one. And back to that, yeah, like the Mercedes thing, I remember thinking like, no, so I was talking to her again. I remember thinking all the time, like, what would I even get? You know, like when I had the GLS, like I know I want something different, but like a weird feeling. I know it's like first world problems. Like when you feel like you could get, I literally could get, that was such a nice car, and I knew that I wanted something nice again, and I could get, I don't want to say like anything, but I was looking at all these different cars, and I always, you know, thought, oh, one day I'll get a Range Rover or something. And it was like, I really started looking at them, and they're so expensive, but they're so like, I don't want to say basic, but they are basic for what they are on the inside. When you compare it to something like the things that the Mercedes do, like all of this crazy stuff, it's just so crazy to even describe, like all the stuff that this one does. And I got used to that, that E-Class. And looking back, this is one thing I regretted, like when I had that, when I had the GLS, and then we were like thinking about, or, you know, and then he had the Jeep, I was like, God, if I would have just kept, we should have never gotten rid of the E-Class, you know, I probably would still be driving that now, because then we'd have the truck, you know, it would just kind of all make sense. But I'm glad it worked out because I really do love this one. So this is a good one. It's a great family car. I think third rows too, don't be fooled by, I'm not saying don't get the GLS, I just don't understand why you would really, because again, the third row is inaccessible. It's one of those like claustrophobic third rows that doesn't have a door, and it's like in front of behind a bench seat. You have to like literally, you couldn't get out if you wanted to. Like I'd end up like throwing myself over the thing just to like get some air. Like it's so dumb. Then when it's up, your cargo space is that big on a GLS. I mean, that's crazy for that big of a car. Like I said, it's like a van. If you have more than 2 kids and you really want a third row, go for a van. Literally go for a van. Go for like a Tahoe or an Escalade or something where you can get captain's chairs, and they can, I mean, it's just so dumb. You do not want to be tumbling your seats. Just don't do that. And the GLSs are expensive. The new ones are stupid expensive. So I think this is like the solid choice. And and I love it. And you don't see too many of them yet. It's like the brand new ones. Like I said, I feel like there's more of them. It's funny, a lot of people ask about a G-Wagon, and I will admit, like, it's tempting, but then I'm like, why is it tempting? Honestly, I don't think that they're that attractive. I always say, like, they look like safari mobiles, and it is like a status thing. People are like, oh, G-Wagons, and you talk to people that work at Mercedes, and you know, it's like, really, most people buy them used and stuff, but it's, you know, if you want one, it's like people come in and order them. They're like a special order thing. And so now that like the new style's out, which you can definitely tell the new ones from the old ones now. Used to they all kind of looked the same. I wonder if I wonder if you'll still like see them the same. Like, I don't know. There's a lot around here, I do feel, but I just feel like it's the weirdest car. I was even talking to someone at Mercedes about this. They were like, it is a weird ass car because it's so astronomically expensive for what it is, and you're paying for they build them differently. It's like for off-roading. Who the hell is taking a G-Wagon off-roading? There may be like one dude on Instagram that's taking it down like a suburban trail beside his neighborhood. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing what G-Wagons are really like built to do. And what's weird is like the inside of them are not cushy and like don't have all of the same option. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just odd. I feel like for that amount of money, like you should get, I don't know, it's just strange. But yeah, it is kind of like I said, it's like a status mobile or whatever, but I don't know, just be smart, you'll be happier. Have we even talked about anything? I feel like this is kind of... So what are we into right now? Are you guys watching Vanderpump Rules? First of all, I cannot wait for New York to come back, for New York Housewives. That's my favorite. Vanderpump Rules, I'm sorry. I feel like it's becoming a backlash. I feel like Brittany... I feel like there's gonna be a backlash with like all this, like Jax is a nightmare, but like him and Brittany, I mean, she's made him kind of like somewhat redeemable. And I used to kind of like, they were, you know, not horrible to watch, or like the show was interesting. Like I love the show, right? But it's like everyone on that show is so annoying, but I love the show. I am so tired of hearing about this damn wedding that I'm like, I cannot wait. All last season was about it. All of this season has been about, I'm just ready for it to be like done and over with. And I feel kind of like I mean, everyone's like, oh, Brittany's so nice, and granted, like I'm from the South, I get it. Like Southern accent, Kentucky accent's very different though than from like a Georgia accent, or even like, I don't know, I raised just a little different, and you can kind of tell like when you're from the South or even from other places. I feel like it's kind of obvious. And I'm sure she's very sweet, but like she gets riled up and she's not very nice sometimes. But I think if she had a more aggressive accent, or if would people still really like her, you know, hate to say that, but it's like everybody's, oh, she's so sweet. She smiles a lot and she speaks in a Southern accent, and I'm like, well, that's great that she's got that going for her. Because I just don't understand, like I know she loves Jax and everything. I don't even know. What am I even like judging their lifestyle? Who cares? But I am sick of hearing about the Stam wedding. And that whole pastor thing was so annoying. Like that really was annoying to me. That was actually legit annoying. And like, you know, just because they're on first of all, like that shouldn't be acceptable, but they're on a show, like why didn't they handle that before? And then all of a sudden, like, it's Lance Bass, everything's good now, which is fine. That like but who cares, okay, who cares? Well, I'm even talking about this. But like, I just don't get it. The show's so dumb, but yet I still watch it. It's so good. And then New Jersey has been pretty good. I thought New Jersey was really good this season. And let me tell you, New Jersey's only redeeming, well, there's so many redeeming factors. First of all, I'd watch it no matter what. But the men on New Jersey, just the aspect of like having the men involved, I think I heard somewhere that was the only franchise where the men are paid. Because I think like each city, each franchise is a totally different production team, so they can be paid different. It's not like all the same, I think. Okay, I'm not totally sure on that, but that's what I've heard. And so it's totally different structure for New Jersey, and the men are paid too, like they're actual legit cast members. They are involved a lot more. They have like a lot more like confessionals, and they just talk a lot more, you know, they're just involved a lot more. But one of the best episodes of Jersey I've ever seen was where it was like one of the recent ones where they were at the Jersey Shore and the guys took Jennifer Aydin's husband, you know, let's go took him out and got him like, they got him so wasted. And then when they were bringing him in, it was just like, it was like Weekend at Bernie's. It was like they were carrying in a dead guy and they were bumping him into everything they could. Like they opened the door, like bash his head into the door, bring him through the front door. Oh, let's hit him against the door frame. It was so funny. I don't know. That was just really hilarious to me. And then all the stuff with like Danielle and Teresa and how that all came out. I just thought it was a really interesting season. And you know, something that is kind of like crazy to me, what's her name? Jennifer Aydin, the woman that is married to that guy that got the plastic surgeon. I just don't understand. Like, I really like her when she's not around the women, when she's with her family and she's like interacting with her kids, or when she's like with her brother, when she was helping out her brother. I really like her. But then when she's around the women, she like goes to this weird place sometimes where like when she fights, she's like, really? You know, she just has that weird, like, we've all kind of known someone like that that's a little crazy, like when they get upset or when they do stuff like, I don't know. She's just, it just is very weird to me. And I do kind of feel like she is really impressed with the show. They say like, oh, Jackie was really impressed with the show and that Jackie was like a Teresa super fan. Sure, they live in New Jersey and the show's been on for how many years? 12. So yeah, if Jackie lived in New Jersey, she probably did go to one of Teresa's book signings. I mean, God, like, but then they don't ever address the fact that I think Jennifer was like a really huge super fan too, because it was like right before the show, they had like just a typical suburban house, like maybe 3 years ago. And right when the show started, they built that huge, like, I don't even think size, I mean, I hate to say, like, it sounds funny. I don't think size matters with like a house. It's just the taste of it, which everyone has different tastes. But to me, it's like you can just tell that it's just for show. It's very concerning to me how close that house is to their neighbors. Like when they do like a pan of like the front of the house, it's just very, it's very interesting observation. And why is all of their furniture like tufted white pleather? That's the weirdest thing. I think you can have the ugliest house. Like your house can look like but then if you have taste, you can make it pretty. Like you can decorate it nice. Not that everyone I feel like should have taste and have like style or talent in decorating, but what bothers me is that you could tell she's really trying hard with that decorating. She's really trying to be showy with that decorating, and that's what bothers me. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. And it's white tufted pleather. And some of it I'm sure has like little jewels in the tufts, which if you have some of that, I really, like, no judgment, okay? But it's just unsettling, the whole thing. And she is very big on like, and like granted, I mean, it's not about brands. And like I remember Jackie on like Watch What Happens Live. And I'm sorry, and I like Jackie, but Jackie's really loving all this like humble brag, like low key, like, oh, Jackie has money. Like you can tell she's like loving this. Like whenever, and it's not so much on the show, you can kind of hear it a little bit, you know, but like you can kind of pick up on it a little bit. That she's kind of like happy that it's being talked about because she didn't really have to talk about it. It just kind of came out. But I've seen her talk on, saw like a little clip on Instagram where she was talking on a podcast. And I saw her on Watch What Happens Live. And when she's talking about it outside of it, it's very cringy the way that even she talks about it. Like, I don't know. Like my thing is like designer brands, purses, like I don't give a shit. I just really enjoy them. I'd give them all away in a heartbeat. Like it's not what defines me. It's a collection that I enjoy. Don't care. And when people are like, oh, this is not what's important in life, I'm like, no shit. And the fact that you'd even say that shows that that's what you value. People that judge you based on your material, like if people judge me because I have designer stuff, or they think, oh, well, she's this way because of that. And I will say, like, over the years, there have been friends, family, like people that do, like, that I don't even talk to, that I'm not even close with, that just see certain things and just assume, like, I don't know, that I'm different or whatever. People that know me don't think that, but I'm like, that says more about you. You're a materialistic person if you're judging me based on those things. I'm sorry, like, end of story, you know, like, that's, sorry. So it was odd that Jackie was like, I have more Chanel purses than Jennifer. I just don't talk about them because I think if you talk about them, then that makes you bad, or if you show them. And I'm like, well, then why did you buy them if you don't care to wear them or say, hey, I love this? And I'm like, I do YouTube, I do you know, I'm like on YouTube, on Instagram, on whatever I do, it's about style, fashion, showing like fun things, talking about handbags. So that has been a topic since day one. So there ain't no shame in that. And it doesn't, to me, I'm sorry, I just don't think there's anything wrong with showing something that you like or talking about a handbag. It doesn't make you materialistic. It doesn't make you anything. Nobody really knows, I think, how people are unless if they're inside their minds thinking like, okay, you know, if you're really thinking those things are better than other things, which I just can't even imagine there's anyone like that. I love it when I see people that have nice things, or they have a collection they enjoy, or they enjoy certain like designer things, or they like whatever they like. I think that's great. Jennifer shames Jackie for like not showing more stuff. Jackie shames Jennifer for showing too much stuff. I think it's all a bunch of crap. I think honestly they're both wrong. First of all, Jennifer shouldn't have said that about Jackie, like who cares? Maybe there's stuff that obviously there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scene that we don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I just really wanted to talk, and you know, oh listen, I meant to mention these to begin with. I found these in my drawer because today, like I said, I didn't wear much makeup. I do feel kind of cute today though. I'm wearing this little shirt. I'm wearing my new little Chanel little sandals that I really like. I'm not gonna like take them off my feet and show you. It's gonna be like 64 degrees today. It's March. I am wearing my sandals. Like I'm ready. But these are a little clunkier, so they're a little more substantial looking. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm telling myself to feel decent about wearing sandals today. Yeah, I was like, if I'm looking kind of plain, I'll put on some cute earrings. I'll link to those. So we're gonna do this. Probably after this, we're gonna go to a few stores and go to lunch. I mean, I'm usually fine when I leave here. A lot of people always are like, I've seen people get Botox that looks just like nuts, or it's just, you can't even tell after when she does my forehead. And really the reason, and I've talked about this like at length, so it wears off like after 3 months for me. And so I've had it for like, I think it's a little over 6 months when I got it done the last time. So mine's totally worn off. I'm not super expressive with my forehead. I have a few lines that I think it's right here under my hairline is where it is. That is there all the time. It's not super noticeable. I can see it. That's kind of like my gauge of when I know, okay, I probably need to go back and get some Botox. Is when that line comes back. I'm not really expressive with like the middle part, so I don't have like huge lines there. I get them here. So I really just like to kind of balance it out. I like to be still expressive. I can still move and do all that. But, and that's what's good about my Botox is I can move. I hate to say that, but I can pretty much move similar to like what you've seen me move throughout the whole video, because like I said, I'm not super expressive anyways. But just like where your head, like when you do your makeup, fine lines, just even on a day like if you don't even have wrinkles or whatever, like you even don't have a lot of wrinkles, where you know, you look a little crepey, or just when you get Botox, your forehead, your skin looks like baby skin. It's just so smooth, it's like glass. And it's not because it's full of anything. It's not, I know a lot of people don't really get it. It's because it's not moving as much. There's not a tension there. And it relaxes. Like it just relaxes your head. And I will say, after having it for so long, I've been doing it for probably about a year now, it is so much more comfortable to me when I have it. Just physically comfortable. And maybe that was like a good word to use. Tension, right? Like I feel like I have like, or like your muscles are always engaged, or you do feel like you have that, not like a headache, but you just feel like your head's all weight. Okay, I don't know if I'm making any sense. It's just more comfortable to me when I have it. And I am excited to get my lips touched up again. Like I'm like gesturing very oddly. I wish my friend would get here because I gotta go to the bathroom, and I kind of want to wait for her to go in. But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else to talk about. I legit feel like I've been sitting here talking to y'all for an hour, and I'm not really sure if we talked about anything super interesting. Some of you guys did mention like car vlogs, and I'm sorry, like I'm not driving around going through drive-thrus, and like I don't want the camera on while I'm driving and going here and there and just talking about stupid stuff just for like content. Is that what we did? Did we just talk about stupid stuff for an hour? No. But it makes sense, like if I'm in the car and I can talk to you guys, and it's just like, I feel very calm in the car. It's just very like, it's like my little bubble. So this made sense, I think. But so hopefully if y'all were like the ones that wanted to see a car vlog, you know, you were into this. And I thought maybe like during this video I could kind of go back to that Instagram post and address like other requests that y'all had for videos, which honestly a lot of them were more topics. So I thought about maybe talk about that, and it just totally didn't work out, and just totally we started talking about other things naturally. But I think what I'm gonna do is maybe my next, in one of my upcoming videos, I think I'm gonna do like a get ready with me style type of video, just like doing my makeup, and while I do my makeup I'll answer those questions and talk about stuff like that, because I think that's more interesting than just like doing a Q&A where you're just looking at the camera answering questions. That might be kind of fun to do it as I do my makeup. So y'all take care of yourselves. I think all of you guys are doing well, and hand sanitizer, can't be too careful. But like in all seriousness, like it is kind of a scary time. And my thing is, like, I know that it's, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna keep talking, I'm fully aware. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just like a strain of the flu, people just don't know about it. And granted, like, yeah, the flu kills a lot more people, it affects a lot more people, I'm aware. But it is scary when like every single day you hear something different about it, or they've discovered, oh, well, there's people that carry it that don't even know they have it. We just discovered that this morning. And then there's also, you know, a way that it can do this, not blah, blah, blah. You know, and it's like every day you wake up to like something new about it. It is kind of scary when something is so new like that, that you don't know what it's gonna do, or you don't know much about it. But gosh, I just hope that it kind of calms down soon. But anyways, y'all, I hope that y'all are all doing well. Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. And I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye, y'all.